So Loren, people are thinking, okay, I understand my spending is going to change. There's not one rule I can apply, but still I think, how do you get to what can I spend each month, each year when I retire?
There's an exercise that we take a lot of our families through to try to identify what is their lifestyle going to cost in retirement. And one of those exercises is, first, let's find the baseline of what are you spending right now. Because there's a lot of you out there, if we ask you how much are you spending right now for your lifestyle, you're probably going to be looking at us with a stare, because most people in the pre-retirement phase are not necessarily on a monthly budget like maybe they were 10, 15 years ago.
Sure, they've been working, they're at the top wage earning years of their life. Maybe the kids are out of the household, a lot of things maybe even paid off. Yeah, they're not maybe budgeting like they were when they first got married.
That's right. And it's not necessarily as easy as saying, well, I make $100,000, so I'm spending $100,000, right? Because there's a lot of things that come out of that. You got taxes, 401k savings, you got savings in bank accounts, all these things that come out of that. So let's identify how much are you really spending. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to look back over the last 12 months at your checking account, maybe even your savings account, your credit cards, and see what that bill actually totals up to. Do it, you're probably going to be really surprised because there's a lot of money that just is outflow.
It happens to me. I go to Target, I don't know.
It happens to everybody. But you would rather know now, before you make that transition to retirement, than 2 years into retirement and say, whoops, I thought I needed $6,000 a month, but really what I'm spending is $8,000 a month, and have that experience completely disrupt your retirement plan. So that is one exercise that we would encourage you to go through. Find out what you're really spending. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that's what you have to spend or need to spend in retirement. But typically, whatever that number is, what we see is a lot of our families actually need to spend more in those early years of retirement. So it's a way to figure out what you're spending right now, and we can work from that.
Yeah, because a lot of expenses don't go away, right? If you have a mortgage in retirement, you're still paying it. That last month of working and that first month of retirement, the mortgage, the cell phone, the Netflix, you're still going to eat in retirement. And it's not, and you don't want to downsize your lifestyle. I know people say that to you guys a lot.
Yeah, nobody ever does come in and say, yeah, I'm looking to lower my quality of life. I'm ready to retire. And that's just not the conversation. Everybody out there wants to. We all look forward to that retirement time frame. We want to get there. We've got aspirations, goals. We call these the golden years. So we know you're out there looking to be in a position where you can confidently go spend a certain amount of money, go out there and travel, do the things, achieve those goals, chase those dreams that we've identified as part of your lifestyle plan that you want to be part of your retirement journey.
Yeah, and part of the benefit of designing an income plan is to validate the amount that you think you need to spend for your lifestyle actually works long term. But the other aspect is what if you just can't land on this number, right? What if you just can't land on you're going to need $5,000 or $6,000 a month for your lifestyle? Part of the value of the plan is we can work backwards in building the plan to say, here's the resources you have, here's how much money you can afford to spend in the go-go years and still have a high level of confidence and not running out of money in the latter years of your retirement. So the income plan is important for a lot of reasons. If you can land on a number, fantastic. The income plan can validate it. Does it work? Does it not work? If you don't have a number, we can find that number.
And just having visibility around your cash flow, it's so important. Loren, you already mentioned that a lot of people, you ask them what do you spend in, and we'll get some blank stares, and there'll be some dead space time, and we got to start talking. And if it's a couple, they're going to sit there and look at each other.
What are you spending? Wait, what are you spending?
She's spending more than she needs to, or he is, and whatever.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, the conversations that spur from that question alone.
Yeah, it's kind of the tough conversations though too. That maybe fun, but also necessary. Some of this stuff is necessary. Maybe you don't want to put a budget together. Well, that's okay. That's where you guys can sit down and be the professional, be the objective person that says, well, yeah, maybe you're spending this, but you could spend more. Or if you spent a little bit less, we could put some more in some retirement savings and do some things. I mean, it's good to have a person who's not involved in the day-to-day aspect of your spending give you some advice.
When we teach the workshops, one of the number one pieces of feedback that we get, people come up to us afterwards and they'll say, I wish I would have known that 5 years ago. And that's what we're trying to avoid with the customized income plan, especially with something as important as cash flow and taking money from your investments. You don't want that surprise that you shouldn't have been taking that much 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the road, because that can have serious implications throughout the slow go and the no-go years. So we want to make sure that we have something that resembles a working income plan that works for you not only during the go-go, but will also work for you during the no-go.
And so much of what our families are looking for when we first meet them and then help them develop that plan is that confidence and clarity. Making that retirement decision is a big decision. It is not easy. We see all the time families will retire sooner than they should financially, or they end up the other side of that working longer than they need to from a financial standpoint, even though maybe emotionally you've been ready to do it. Until you see that plan, Loren, how many times have we heard that? Geez, I didn't know, right? Now they know they're in the driver's seat. So going through this process, creating that plan provides you that confidence and the clarity that everybody's looking for as they enter this retirement stage of life.
And most of the transition from the working to the non-working is an emotional process. I mean, there's probably about 20% of it that's financial, 80% of it is the emotional processes of making sure that you are ready to enter this phase when you're not working and making money anymore. And there's this misconception that when you do go to the retirement years, your portfolio is just going to shrink because you're taking money out of it. Many people have that thought that their portfolio is just going to come down. Well, in reality, and part of the value of the income plan is you can see, is your portfolio just going to have a steady decrease? Or because of the amount you're taking out versus the potential growth, your portfolio is actually going to continue to work and make money for you, even though you're living on it and producing the lifestyle that you want to. So all of that adds confidence in the decisions that you will have to make as you make that transition. Thank you for watching this clip of Retiring Today, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have questions about your retirement plan, take advantage of the complimentary 15-minute retirement checkup phone call.